another page, my dear, and roll down all the windows. There's a freedom on these roads only you and I know. Every night time sees a day, the common resurrection, and Sunday sings on Friday's grave as springtime follows autumn.
The words worship installation, are unfamiliar, at least for these communities together, and so people would come in often saying, I didn't know quite what to expect.
We'd get people who said, do I have to show up 15 minutes early to get a good seat? And so to get people out of the mindset that worship is just a service that you sit in and is done for you, but that it's an open house.
We had this guy come in on his own, dad of 3 little boys, living in one of the new neighborhoods, and just the holidays were just such a busy time, and he said that just having that space to come and be quiet, because going to church on the holiday for him was going to be an exercise in corralling all the kids.
But there's also this safety of a room where the lights are low, and whereas I might feel self-conscious to really get into something in a worship service, in that space it felt like you could say a prayer, you could make art, you could be prayerful and meditative in kind of a safety kind of shell too, right? That I think people dug, right? So some of the hesitancy from other colleagues, I would say, is that a worship installation is all individual, right? And worship's supposed to be corporate. And yeah, I guess, you do go through on your own, at your own pace. It is kind of an individual experience, but you're definitely there with others. And so the community aspect looks different, but I think is still there and is still profound. So it might show up in like the community art project that happens, or writing on a prayer wall where you're reading other people's prayers. It might happen by creating a piece of art and adding it to kind of the gallery.
We're always amazed how open people will be. They'll write or draw something really raw for themselves and leave it for other people to interact with, which is a very different way of interacting with each other's prayer. Neat thing to be a part of.
It's neat.
That's neat.